Hey everybody, Ryan here. I'm back. I'm sorry I've missed the last 4 or 5 days. I've been sick. I lost my voice for about 2, 3 days of that, so I have not been able to do videos because of that. So I'm sorry, but I am back, and we're going to start back up with the games from the 20th of March 2021. Alright, to begin with, make sure to hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. We're getting ever so close to that 50 subscriber milestone I'm shooting for as of right now. And we're 3 away, so help me out and hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. Alright. Other than that, if you have already hit that, thank you for subscribing. Alright, let's get started with the games. First game, Pittsburgh versus New Jersey. Pittsburgh won this one 3-1. They've been on a very hot streak lately, so it's not surprising that they beat New Jersey, but definitely thought it could have been a better game for them, but they still got the win. That's all that really matters in the long run. First goal was 7:19 into the first. Kyle Palmieri of New Jersey's fifth from Sami Vatanen and Jesper Bratt. Then at 4:59 in the second, Pittsburgh would tie the game. Zach Ashton Reese hit sixth a year from Sam Lafferty and Marcus Pettersson. Then at 6:35 of the second, Brian Russ, 11th of the year, on the power play from Jake Gensel and Sidney Crosby. Then at 14:25 of the third, Jake Gensel's 13th from Sidney Crosby. There's all the scoring. There's the game. All right, Pittsburgh outshot them 29-25. Pittsburgh beat them in the faceout dot 57-43. Pittsburgh was 1 for 2 on the power play. New Jersey was 0 for 4. 10 penalty minutes to 6. Pittsburgh with 10. Hits were 6 to 4. Seems really low. Pittsburgh with 6. Blocks 10 to 1. Pittsburgh with 10. Giveaways 22 to 6. 22 for New Jersey. That is a very, very bad giveaway number. A very bad differential in that area too. All right, DeSmith had 24 saves, 960 save percentage for the win for Pittsburgh. And Wedgwood for New Jersey had 26 saves, 897 save percentage for a loss. Pittsburgh keeps climbing up those standings. All right, on to Nashville versus Florida. Florida wins this one 2-0. Florida continuing their great season, honestly, and Nashville continuing their inability to score. 9:15 into the second period, Alexander Barkov's 13th on the power play from Anthony Duclair and Jonathan Huberdeau. Then in the third, empty net goal, 19:45 into the third, Anthony Duclair's third from Carter Verhaeghe. Verhaeghe continuing his great year. Anthony Duclair with a multi-point game, goal and an assist. When they signed him, I'm sure they expected more goals, but you know what? They've been winning without him scoring because, Carter Verhaeghe was a pretty dang good signing in and of himself. I believe he's up to about 24, 25 points now in the year. All right. Florida absolutely outshot Nashville in this game, 49-21. Faceoffs were 52-48 in favor of Nashville. Power plays 0 for 3 for Nashville, 0 for 5 for Florida. Great penalty kill night for both teams. Penalty minutes were 12-8, 12 for Nashville. Hits were 23-20 in favor of Florida. Blocks 21-10 in favor of Nashville. And 6 giveaways each. Juicy Saros, he's been playing pretty dang good for Nashville of late. Continued it tonight, even though he got the loss. Still was a dang good game for him. 47 saves. And a 979 save percentage. Pretty dang good. Dreiger had 21 saves for a shutout. So there you go. Another great game for him. All right. On to Minnesota versus Colorado. Now, Minnesota got slapped by them last game, 5-1. Colorado won that game. So, Colorado, let's see how they did in this one. They slapped them even harder. 6-0. Minnesota went from a very good winning streak to being slapped twice by Colorado, but Colorado's a team that could slap a lot of teams. So, not surprising, but at the same time, Minnesota is still honestly a playoff team, so I would not be surprised to see them bounce back from this. 4:13 into the first, Cale Makar's second on the power play from Gabriel Landeskog and Nathan MacKinnon. 11:05 into the first, Gabriel Landeskog's ninth from Nathan MacKinnon and Cale Makar. 46 seconds into the second period, Mikko Rantanen's 17th of the year from Gabriel Landeskog and Phil Grubauer. Mid-53 into the second, Tyson Joe's second from Jonas Donskoy and Ryan Graves. That 18:47, Devin Taves fifth from Nathan MacKinnon and Brandon Saad. Then at 4:52 of the third, Valerie Nichushkin sixth from Ryan Graves and Jonas Donskoy. Yeah, I would say the first line's starting to come around for Colorado, which is sad to say because Nathan MacKinnon's still having a great year, and this team's doing as well as they have, and MacKinnon only has about, I want to say, 7 or 8 goals on the year. If he had been scoring goals at the rate he has the last couple years, wow, this team probably would have been just embarrassing teams left and right. As of right now, though, great game for that entire first line. So, all right. They outshot Minnesota 42-31. They beat them in the faceoff dot 56-44. Minnesota 0 for 4 on the power play. Colorado 1 for 2. Penalty minutes were 14-8, 14 for for Minnesota. Hits were 16-15 in favor of Colorado. Blocks 14-13 in favor of Colorado. Giveaways 7-4. Colorado was 7. The only bad category, Colorado won. Or did worse, I guess you should say. Kakkonen for Minnesota, having a great year, not a great game. 36 saves, 857 save percentage. And Grubauer, 31 saves, shutout. And just was lights out. He made some amazing good saves in this game. All right, on to Chicago versus Tampa. Tampa wins again, 4-1. Braden points, 12th of the year at 6:21 of the first from Alex Killorn and Steven Stamkos. Mid-53 into the second period. This is when it gets really out of hand for Chicago. Anthony Cirelli's ninth from Mikhail Sergachev and Victor Hedman. At 14:15, Yanni Gord, his 10th of the year from Blake Coleman and Victor Hedman. Then at 18:21, Steven Stamkos, 15th of the year on the power play from Alex Killorn and Victor Hedman. Hedman had 3 assists in that period. I'd say Victor Hedman did a lot to hurt Chicago today. 4:50 into the third, Chicago kills a shutout at least. Alex DeBrincat's 16th from Dominik Kubalik and Phil Kurashev. That's it. All right, Chicago actually outshot Tampa 31-29. Tampa beat them in the faceoff dot 52-48. Chicago was 0 for 4 on the power play, 1 for 3 for Tampa. Penalty minutes 10-8, Tampa with 10. Hits were 17-13 in favor of Tampa. Blocks 18-4 in favor of Tampa. And giveaways 2-1, Tampa with 2. Malcolm Subban, 25 saves, 862 save percentage for loss. And Vasilevsky, which I misspelled there, I put 2 L's for some reason. Vasilevsky had 30 saves, 968 save percentage for the win. On to the New York Rangers versus Washington Capitals. Which, by the way, I don't know if you saw the comment yesterday. I know I didn't make a video yesterday, but Tom Wilson claims that he will be more cautious and not get suspended anymore. If you've been following Tom Wilson's career, if he hasn't learned this lesson yet, I doubt it's going to start now. That's like Rafi Torres when he said that. Yeah, you then got a 41-game suspension after that. So, yeah, that's like Matt Cook saying, I'm not going to play dirty anymore. Okay, sure, whatever you say. You still did it. Maybe not as much, but you still did it. I'm sorry, but I just don't believe that one bit. I think the guy's going to see the chance to take somebody out, and he's going to do it, and I don't think he thinks about it when he does the things that he does. I really don't. I mean, you can say what you want about Tom Wilson. Washington fans are going to support him. Everybody else hates him. Plain and simple. It's like Steve Ott. Dallas fans loved him. Nobody else loved him. Some players are just like that. All right. 17:49 into the first. Pavel Buchnevich scores his 11th of the year from Adam Fox and Mika Zibanejad. Zibanejad has been coming around of late for the Rangers finally. 5:55 into the third, Washington ties the game. John Carlson's 7th from Tom Wilson and Nicholas Backstrom. At 17:20 in the third, Mika Zibanejad scores what would be the game-winning goal, his 7th of the year, unassisted. And then empty net goal for Brett Howden, his 1st of the year, for Ryan Strome and Pavel Buchnevich. All right, Washington outshot the Rangers 29-25. Washington beat them in the faceout dot 57-43. Power plays were 0 for 3 for Rangers, 0 for 4 for the Capitals. Penalty minutes 8-6. New York with 8. Hits were 31-14 in favor of Washington. Blocks 23-7 in favor of the Rangers, and giveaways 8-6. Rangers with 8. Kincaid continuing his really great goaltending of late. 28 saves, 966 save percentage for the win. And Ilya Samsonov, 22 saves, 917 save percentage for the loss. All right, on to Philadelphia versus the New York Islanders. Right now, Philly wants to say goodbye to New York. They really do. After they got slapped, absolutely slapped in the face by the Rangers, 9-0 the other day. They beat the Islanders in overtime yesterday, I believe it was. Today, not so lucky for the Philadelphia Flyers. 6-1, the Islanders won. Another slap. That's what that is. Philly needs to do something, because right now they're just bleeding points at this point. They cannot afford to keep losing like this. They've already fallen, I believe, 3-4 points out of playoff spot. And if they want to get back in those playoffs, they need to start just hunkering down and playing defense and getting some dang goals. Because they cannot score for the life of them right now, and they cannot stop a goal for the life of them right now. All right. 6:11 into the first, Jean-Gabriel Pageau's 10th of the year on the power play from Oliver Wahlstrom and Josh Bailey. 8:01 into the first, Jordan Eberle's 10th from Matthew Barzal and Thomas Hickey. Which, I didn't realize Thomas Hickey was back to being in the lineup. Congratulations to him. First point of the year, I believe. 10:03 into the first, Casey Zizekas scores his 5th unassisted. Then at 15:25, Casey Zizekas makes it 4-0 in the first period. His 6th of the year, 2nd of the game, from Thomas Hickey and Oliver Wahlstrom. Now, 10 seconds later, Oliver Wahlstrom fights Oscar Lindblom. I'm sure it was not an exciting fight. Those two are not two that I imagine to be fun to watch fighters. That's for sure. But who knows? Sometimes those can be some of the most interesting of fights, honestly. I mean, who could ever forget Alexander Semin and Mark Stahl? Still funny to watch. Oh my god. Alexander Semin double hand slapping the guy on the ice. If you've never seen the video, you have to watch that. Just look up Alexander Semin slapping. Or you can look up Alexander Semin versus Mark Stahl. That works too. You'll find it either way and you will laugh. It is hilarious and just sad to watch all at the same time. But the fight right here, I don't know if that one's that way. I didn't get a chance to watch it yet. But it gave Philadelphia a little pop because like 2 minutes later they score Joel Farabee's 13th from Scott Laughton. That's it though. They would not get another one. No scoring in the second. 9:45 into the third, Anthony Beauvillier scores his 3rd of the year from Brock Nelson. Then at 15:46, Josh Bailey adds his 4th unassisted. That's all you're scoring. 6-1 Islanders beating the Philadelphia Flyers. Islanders outshot the Flyers 28-24. Islanders outdid them in the faceoff dot 60-40. Philadelphia 0 for 3 on the power play. Islanders 1 for 2. Penalty minutes 11-9, 11 for the Islanders. Hits were 28-27 in favor of the Islanders. Blocks 14-11 in favor of Philly. Giveaways 20-14, Philly with 20. Yikes. Carter Hart with another devastatingly awful showing. I mean, this guy he's supposed to be the future of the goaltending for Philadelphia, and he has not had a great year. It seems like anytime they lose badly, it seems like he's in net. Now, he's had some good games, don't get me wrong, but that's not good. 22 saves on 28 shots against. Yikes. Sorokin for the Islanders, 23 saves, 958 save percentage for the win. There you go. All right, Columbus versus Carolina. Columbus suddenly a hot team. They beat the Carolina Hurricanes 3-2 in shootout. All right, 14:29 to the second. Carolina opens the scoring. Andrei Svechnikov's 9th of the year from Brett Pesce and Jesper Fast. Now, Carolina's been doing really well, and Svechnikov only has 9 goals. This seems like a slower pace than he had last season. Granted, this is a shortened season, so he will not score as much overall, but it just seems like he's not scoring like he did last year. So, it's amazing they're still doing as well as they are, but hey, you know what? They still have other weapons other than Svechnikov. All right, 39 seconds into the third, Oliver Bjorkstrand scores his 11th from Kevin Stenlund. Then at 15:47 of the third, Warren Fogel's 6th from Dougie Hamilton and Luke Glendening. Wait, Luke Glendening? What the hell? That's wrong. I put the wrong name in, evidently. Sorry about that. That is the wrong person who got that assist. Luke Glendening obviously did not do that because he plays for Detroit. All right. Sorry about that mess up. 19:31 into the third, Seth Jones scores his 4th from Patrick Laine and Jack Roslovic to send it to overtime, where nobody would score. Shootout, though. Oliver Bjorkstrand would score the game-winning shootout goal, giving Columbus the needed 2 points. All right. Carolina outshot Columbus 37-31. Carolina won the faceoff dot 53-47. Both teams 0 for 2 on the power play. Both teams 4 penalty minutes. Hits were 37-26 in favor of Columbus. Blocks 20-14 in favor of Columbus. Giveaways 21-17 in Columbus with 21. Whereas Lickens 35 saves, 946 save percentage. And James Reimer 29 saves, 935 save percentage for a loss. On to Dallas versus Detroit. Dallas gets the much needed 2 points in this game. They beat Detroit 3-0. Tanner Caro at 17:22 of the second scores his first goal of the year and his first goal since 2017. Yes, you heard that correctly. 4 years ago was his last goal in the NHL. From Jimmy Alexiak. Then at 8:16 of the third, Andrei Sekera scores his 2nd of the year from Radek Faksa. At 13:43 into the third, Ty Dellandrea scores his 2nd on the power play from Rupe Hintz and Esa Lindell. Alright, that's all the scoring. 3-0. Shots on goal 33-21 in favor of Dallas. Dallas beat him in the faceoff dot 60-40. Power play 1 for 3 for Dallas, 0 for 2 for Detroit. Penalty minutes 6-4. Detroit was 6. Hits 29-26. Detroit winning that category. And blocks 17-12 in favor of Detroit. Giveaways 7-2. Detroit was 7. Khudobin made 21 saves for the shutout. And Thomas Greiss 30 saves, 909 save percentage for the loss. Alright, on to Vancouver versus Montreal. Vancouver is suddenly catching up to Montreal. They are within a point or two, I believe, right now. So, Montreal has to be freaking out because they're still very, very hit and miss of late. But tonight, it was a hit. 5-4 shootout win for Montreal. Now, 6:26 into the first, Nick Suzuki's 7th on the power play from Jonathan Drouin and Shea Weber. That was the only scoring in the first. Second period, though, 22 seconds in, Jake Virtanen scores his 4th from JT Miller. Then at 8:08 of the second, Brock Besser's 16th on the power play from Quinn Hughes and Bo Horvat, giving Vancouver the lead at that point. Then 13:44 in the second, Thomas Tatar scores his 6th from Philip Deneau and Victor Mete. Yes, Victor Mete was in the lineup tonight for Montreal. Tying the game, 18:21 into the second, Joel Edmondson scores his 2nd of the year from Shea Weber and Thomas Tatar, giving Montreal the lead going into the third. Then, at. Wait, that's not right. What are these codes? Okay, that's why. The 1750 goal of the third, I forgot to delete. That one is from a previous game. All right. So 22 seconds into the third, Bo Horvath's 14th from Quinn Hughes and Nils Hoglander. Then at 55 seconds into the third, Vancouver takes the lead again. Tyler Mott's 6th of the year from Jace Howrluck, and Jordy Ben. Then at 5:29 of the third, Brendan Gallagher's 12th from Philip Deneau, tying the game, sending us to overtime. No scoring overtime. Shootout, though. Tomas Tatar scores a shootout winning goal to give Montreal the needed 2 points. Montreal outshot Vancouver 40-18. Faceoffs are 53-47 in favor of Montreal. Both teams 1 for 1 on the power play. Both teams 2 penalty minutes. Hits were 28-26 in favor of Montreal. Blocks 21-14 in favor of Vancouver. Giveaways 15-12, Vancouver 15. Brendan Holtby had 36 saves, 900 save percentage for a loss. And Carey Price, 14 saves for a 778 save percentage. But he still got the win. That's all that really matters, right? All right, on to Calgary versus Toronto. A slumping Toronto team that really has not gotten out of this slump for the last week and a half. Calgary playing pretty good under Sutter, but not tonight. 2-0. Toronto wins, getting out of the funk. Possibly. We'll see if they lose again next game. 18:31 into the first, Jason Spezza, 7th of the year, from Jake Muzzin. Spezza having a pretty good year for Toronto, honestly. Game-winning goal right there. There you go. 16:20 into the second, they had an insurance marker. Zach Hyman's 11th from John Tavares and Alex Galchenyuk, scoring his first point as a Toronto Maple Leaf. All right. Shots on goal were 33-31 in favor of Toronto. Faceoffs 54-46 in favor of Calgary. Power plays were 0 for 3 for Calgary, 0 for 4 for Toronto. Penalty minutes 8-6, 8 for Calgary. Hits were 36-23 in favor of Calgary. Blocks 16-12 in favor of Toronto. And giveaways 23-21, 23 for Toronto. Both teams really need to clean that category up. Rittich had 31 saves for a 939 save percentage in the loss. And Jack Campbell, in his return for Toronto from injury, 31 save shutout for the win. On to Anaheim versus Arizona. Now, last game, Anaheim won. They came back, won that game 3-2 in overtime against Arizona. You had Jamie Drysdale scoring his first goal and first assist in that game, and Trevor Zegras getting a first goal. They're the youngest pair to have scored goals within, I think it was 2 minutes of each other, and one was 18, one was 19, and it was about like 2.5 minutes apart, which holds an NHL record. And I believe that is also a record that to have 2 less than 20-year-olds score their first career goal in the same game. I don't think that has ever happened before from what I understood. I'll have to look at that again, but I believe that's what they said. Let's see if that magic can continue. No. No, not at all. This game definitely was in favor of Arizona. Arizona deserved this game. They played the way better game. 2:53 into the first, Derek Brassard's 5th from Jacob Chychrun. Then at 5:35 into the first, Jacob Chychrun's 8th. Then at 15:22, Derek Brassard's 6th, second of the game, on the power play from Oliver Ekman-Larsson and Phil Kessel. Then 36 seconds into the second, Derek Brassard completes the hat trick, his 7th of the year, from Tyler Pitlick. Then at 12:17 of the third, Clayton Keller's 10th from Connor Garland and Nick Schmaltz, making it 5-0. 14:27 into the third, at least the Ducks killed a shutout for Arizona. Adam Henrique's 9th from Troy Terry and Trevor Zegras. So Zegras now at 5 points in 9 games. Drysdale had a pretty dang good game. I think he was -1 or 2, but it's not like anybody else on the team played very well either, so he made them look bad still. Alright. Both teams, 28 shots each, Anaheim won the faceoff dot 52-48. Arizona 1 for 2 on the power play. Anaheim 0 for 2. Penalty minutes 4 each. Hits were 37-16 in favor of Anaheim. Blocks 13-10 in favor of Arizona. Giveaways 12-10. Anaheim with 12. Antti Raanta returned to lineup for Arizona tonight. 27 saves, 964 save percentage. Ryan Miller started the game for Anaheim. 11 saves, 786 save percentage. And Stolarz came in relief. 12 saves, 857 save percentage. On to St. Louis versus San Jose. Now, if the pattern continues for these two, St. Louis won yesterday in shootout. Each team has won every other game. And every game has been 1 goal. So, if by their pattern, that means San Jose should win this game by 1 goal. Nope. St. Louis broke the pattern in the last meeting of the season. This was their 8th and final meeting. Unless they meet in the playoffs somehow. I personally don't see that happening for San Jose. They have been playing better of late, and honestly, they didn't deserve the score they got today. But they still got that score. Alright. San Jose opened the scoring at 2:23 of the first. Dylan Gambrell's second from Brent Burns and Ryan Donato. 3:32 into the first. Vince Dunn ties it up. His 4th of the year from Jordan Kyrou and Ryan O'Reilly. Then at 6:45 of the first, St. Louis takes the lead. Jordan Kyrou's 9th from Ryan O'Reilly and David Perron. 8:10 into the second, Tomas Hertl scores his 8th from Timo Meier and Nikolai Kanishov, making it a 2-2 tie going into the third. Took 4 minutes and 22 seconds into the third for Ryan O'Reilly to take the lead again for St. Louis, his 10th of the year, on the power play from Vince Dunn and David Perron. Then at 15:51, Jordan Kyrou scores his 10th from Torrey Krug and David Perron. At 18:01, David Perron adds an empty netter, his 12th of the year, from Jaden Schwartz and Ryan O'Reilly. There you go. O'Reilly had a great game. He had a 4-point game. So definitely a good game for him. Other than that, San Jose lost this one, but they outshot him 31-21. San Jose beat him in the faceoff dot 59-41. St. Louis 1 for 3 on the power play. San Jose 0 for 1. San Jose had 6 penalty minutes to St. Louis's 2. Hits were 31-28 in favor of St. Louis. Blocks 15-9 in favor of St. Louis. Giveaways 7-4. St. Louis was 7. Husso had 29 saves, 935 save percentage for the win. He actually had a really good game tonight. I know he's had some really iffy starts so far, but he had a very good night tonight. Devin Dubnyk, 16 saves, 800 save percentage for the loss. Wait, that doesn't add up. Yeah, it does. Never mind. I don't know what I'm talking about. Yep. All right, on to the final game of the night, Winnipeg versus Edmonton. Edmonton wins this 4-2. Edmonton's been playing very well late. Not gonna lie. I mean, they're finally beating teams not named Ottawa. All right, 10:36 into the first. Andrew Kopp's 6th of the year on the power play for Nikolai Ehlers and Pierre-Luc Dubois. At 15:27 into the first, Pierre-Luc Dubois scores his 6th of the year for Nikolai Ehlers and Josh Morrissey. 17:04 into the first, Connor McDavid scores his 21st of the year. Well, not tying the game, but making a 1-goal game at least. Nothing in the second, third period, 3:19 in. Darnell Nurse's 10th from Jesse Puljujarvi. Sorry, I don't know why I was sticking on that one. 9:36 into the third, Leon Draisaitl's 18th from Connor McDavid and Darnell Nurse. Then at 18:40, Devin Shore's 2nd from Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. There you go. Final score, 4-2. All right, Edmonton outshot Winnipeg 37-31. They beat him in the faceoff dot 51-49. Winnipeg 1 for 3 on the power play. Edmonton 0 for 3. Penalty minutes 16-16 for Winnipeg. Hits were 26-25 in favor of Winnipeg. Blocks 24-10 in favor of Winnipeg. Giveaways 16-11. Edmonton was 16. Connor Hellebuyck 33 saves, 917 save percentage for the loss. And Mike Smith 29 saves, 935 save percentage for the win. There you go. That's all the games for this evening. A lot of them, so I'm going to cut this off now. Alright. Thank you all for watching. If you are not already subscribed, please hit that little red subscribe square in the bottom right hand corner of the screen. That'll help me out. I'm shooting for that 50 subscriber mark. 3 away. Help me get those last 3, then we can shoot for 100. Alright. Other than that, make sure to like, comment what you think of how your team did tonight if they played, or what you thought of the games. And other than that, I will see you all next video. Bye, everybody.